Alright, welcome back. Hopefully this scenario gets better than the last one. This is actually my second time recording this scenario, only because I accidentally forgot to set up, completely set this scenario up, and also because I set it up wrong. So I'm like, oh crap, let's just restart it. So, here we have the Blood on the Altar scenario, and let's go ahead and read the scenario. When you finally reach Dunwich, you are greeted by Zebulon Whitley and Earl Sawyer, another man from the village who had met with Dummer Armitage during his incident several months ago. Things ain't looking too good around here, Earl tells you. Some folk up went missing a few nights ago. Them whippoorwills won't shut up. Don't know what you're doing here, but last time you Ockham folks came around, it was bad news. Very bad news. His eyes blink rapidly as he coughs and licks away. Look, why don't you rest for the night and look for whatever it is you're looking for tomorrow? Zebulon chimes in. Excuse me. Putting a wrinkled hand on your shoulder, you begin to protest, but your aching muscles and weary mind won't allow you to refuse. The elderly man offers to take you in for the night and drives you to his home at the outskirts of Dunwich. Consider what happened last night. We need the rest. The town is disheveled and eerie, and you find yourself wishing you hadn't come here at all. You fall asleep on the ride over and scarcely remember anything else from that night. When you awaken, you find that Zebulon's house is abandoned, and there's no sign of the elderly man or Mr. Sawyer. Fearing the worst, you're heading to the village of Dunwich to investigate, hoping to find answers. Now, as you can tell, there's quite a few things going on here. During the setup, there's actually 7 locations in total in this area, or 8 technically. Well, you always start at the village commons, and each other scenario has 2 locations of the same, so you randomly pick one. But there's a 6th one that's supposed to be right here. That not only is it random locations, it's also one of the locations is taken away, which is Bishop's Brook, which is supposed to be here. But because I randomly picked this one, take it away, we don't have to worry about that. So, as you can see, it's quite the interesting way to move around. In fact, this scenario is a good reason why to pick up or have something like this, so you can actually figure out where you can and can't go, because it's quite easily get confused. Now, during the setup, we also set up a sacrifice pile. And we know what's in here because during the setup, everyone who got kidnapped, including Dr. Armitage, who I lost during the last scenario, who is now kidnapped, is in this pile. This pile is called the Pile of Sacrifices. Not good. Not good at all. So, we're trying to look around and figure out what the hell's going on. Let's go ahead and get my hand ready. There's one Dune token started on the agenda because we were delayed on our way here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Guard dog, 2 guard dogs, don't need it. Pathfinder, that could definitely be helpful. Something worth fighting for. That can definitely be helpful because I'm down 1 mind. But I absolutely need a weapon. So I'm gonna mulligan these 3 items. Alright. You get those blessed blades out. Alright, I think this is a decent hand. No machete, but will do for now. Dunwich Central. It is hard to prevent the impression of a faint Maligan odor about the village street as the mass wood and decayed of centuries. H.P. Lovecraft, Dunwich Horror. Alright. Flip this over. Oh, before I do that, I forgot to do the agenda and the act deck. So let's read these off. Strange disappearances. Your welcome in Dunwich has been cold. A string of disappearances have left the already aloof townsfolk on edge. Both of them look at you with distrust, and a few are willing to help you in your investigation. Who knows what will happen if you don't find the location of the missing townsfolk soon. Searching for answers. The disappearances in town may be related to the events in Arkham. You suspect something awful is afoot. You must find where the missing townsfolk are being held in order to unveil this conspiracy. When the investigator enters the hidden chamber, advance. There is no hidden chamber. We have no idea where the hidden chamber is. I guess we'll find out soon enough. Village Commons. The sparsely scattered house wears a surprising uniform of age, squalor, and dilapidation. H.P. Lovecraft and Dunwich Horror. Resign. This is suicide. You're better off hiding out the night. Which I might just do in case it gets really bad, especially with my low thing. Alright. So, we have no clues here, so there's no point in staying here. So I'm going to spend 3 resources to put out Pathfinder. That's 1 action. Exhaust Pathfinder to move here for free to the general store, and I can't go back. From the air-hushed fright at Osborne's store, they knew something hideous had happened. H.P. Lovecraft, The Dunwich Horror. Spend 1 resource to search the top 3 cards of an item deck and add it to your hand, shuffle your deck. If there's no clues here, draw the encounter card underneath Osborne's general store. Group points per game. There's 1 clue. So, we still have 2 actions. With my last 2 actions, I'm going to gain 1 resource and put out my Blessed Blade, because who knows what's going to happen. This goes bad. No enemies right now, so gain 1. These. Alright, so draw a card. Guard Dog. Alright, we can start reading you guys out. I'm gonna need you soon. On Doom. Ancient Evils, place 1 Doom. Love it. Someone's gonna die. Alright. I'm gonna gain 1 resource, and then spend those 2 resources. I'll have 1 action left to bring out Alice Luxury. How do I want to do this? Thing is, I can try to go for that clue. If I do get to go after that clue, it might be a monster and it'll come after me. Or it could be something else. Could be anything, really. The question is, do I want to risk getting hit? With Alice with me, I think we may want to do that. So because of Alice, we're at 4, so we're up by 1. -1. Alright, so we found the clue, gain the clue. If there's no clue here, draw the encounter card. Actually, that's a reaction. That means I'm not forced as soon as there's no clues on there. So I can do that next turn, which I think is probably best to do. So we actually have actions to deal with whatever it is that we're dealing with down there. Or, now I think about it, just go ahead and do that, then Pathfinder my way up to Schoolhouse. Because even though I have no actions left, I can still use Pathfinder. We need to figure out what's in here, though. Ah, hell. Let's do it. Okay. It is, Servants of Many Mouths. Spawn at any location, retaliate. After you defeat... So spawn at any location. Alright, so where do we spawn him? This is basically a free Roland card, but I'm going to have to use 2 to get up there. But I still want to use my Pathfinder to go up there. Let's put him at the House of Reeds. That's an empty location. Then we'll do Pathfinder, move up here. With the crumbling rooftop and rat-infested walls, this hardly even a house, let alone a schoolhouse. You cannot discover clues here except by investigating. Well, good thing I didn't put it in there. Oof, and there's one clue. The same thing, if there's no clues there, take it by one. Alright, goes one, strange disappearances, and we get Hunting Night Gaunt. Lovely. That's not good at all. Alright, so we're at 3. The upkeep phase. He does not hunt me. Oh crap, I forgot the upkeep phase. I did that first. Alright. Alright. What are we gonna do? Well, I can't kill him because the Blessed Blade. I can use this, which is basically run from him. I'm only up by 1 though. But any positive would be a negative. Double the negative effect. So, fuck me. Oh, I should also point out that because Naomi's crew in the second scenario, or scenario 1B, has a bone with me, her henchmen are also around here. So I am not doing too well at all in this run. Even if I kill him, I cannot discover the clue. Fuck it. Still technically a hunter. Let's go ahead and try to evade him. I'm up by 1. Auto fail. Try to evade him again. +1. He's invaded. But I have 1 action left. And I'm going to use this for 2 books. So I am up by 2 in this location. And I should be able to get this clue. I probably won't though. Skull, -1. For each location to play with no encounter card underneath it. So it's 1, so it's just -1. Alright, so get this card. That was my last action, but let's go ahead and figure out what's underneath here. Yeah, another Night Gaunt. Another Night Gaunt. I'll also do 1 more damage to this guy. I can't do anything because Pathfinder. If I could Pathfinder, I would get out, but now can't do crap. Alright, well, this ain't going so well. His turn, he hits me. I was gonna go put them both on Alice. Upkeep phase, this guy gets back up. And I'm thinking about just resigning here. Let them all die at this point. I can't believe it. Alright. I don't have a machete, otherwise I would have been able to deal with it, but I don't. I just have this stupid Blessed Blade. This Blessed Blade's been the biggest mistake. Alright. So, 1 Doom, it's at 5. Counter card, Mobster, lovely. Why not? I have nothing to deal with all these monsters. Alright. Well, the thing is, I don't mind resigning. The problem is, it's like, I'm trying to show all parts of this scenario, but that's going to be an impossibility at this point. There is no way I'm going to be able to do this. I just got screwed over heavily by the RNG of this game. And you know what? That's fine. That's A-okay. So, yeah, screw it. I'm resigning. So I'm going to move down here. He hits me for 1, he hits me for 1, he hits me for 1 with 2. It's fine, doesn't matter, and I'm resigning. Boom. End of scenario. The thing, if I had the machete, I would have been able to do something, but I would have been behind so much, being a hit and whatnot. At this point, it's not worth it. The cries of the whippoorwills fade in the distance, and the town of Dunwich is filled with an eerie silence. All that can be heard is the dry whistle of the chill wind and slow rustling of dead leaves. There is no sign of the missing folks, nor will they ever be again. In your opinion log, record that the ritual was complete. If there's any potential sacrifices at the end of the game, place them underneath the agenda deck. Record the names of each unique card underneath the agenda deck for sacrifice to Yog-Sothoth. Alright. They're all dead. Zebulon, Dr. Francis Morgan, Dr. Warren Rice, Earl Sawyer, and Dr. Hemiches are all dead. What a dark timeline this is. Each each investigator earns experience equal to victory. There is none, but I get 2 bonus experience, and proceed to scenario 5. Woo! Woo! I've never had it this bad. 3, 2 scenarios down. Oops, did I forget to put that back in, or? Oh well. But wow. Alright. See you on the next one. Oddly enough, I just realized that the next scenario's difficulty changes dependent on just how well you did in this. So, because I did really bad in this, the next one's actually going to be easier. But it's going to be also different because I don't have any of the I didn't save anyone. Yeah. Basically, if you saved Armitage or one of the doctors, you get a little bit of a bonus. Because I didn't save anyone, I'm getting none of that bonus. But to be honest, the next scenario, I barely won that E2. I actually resigned with that one without doing anything. But hopefully this time we can actually do something. Alright, I'll see you next time.